In this tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you the Mishima technique. First, what we're going to do is lightly sketch your drawing with pencil. When you draw, you don't want to carve into the clay at all. You just want to lightly get your drawing onto the plate. Once you have your drawing mapped out, you're going to use a ballpoint pen and carve into the clay. It's going to be hard to recover when you make a mistake, so try to be careful and really only carve what lines you want to show up. As you carve, use a dry brush as you go to remove dust or those little crumbs that may get in your way. If you have any areas where you want smaller lines, you may go in with a sharp needle tool and draw those in. Okay, so now that all of my lines have been carved, we are going to paint underglaze into those carved lines. Make sure that the underglaze isn't too thick and needs to be slightly watery so that it will really go down into those lines that you carved. Okay, now we're on to step 5. Scrape off the extra underglaze using a metal rib. What I like to do is use that little corner of the rib to scrape, right there where I'm pointing to. So take that corner and go over and carefully scrape along the plate. What this is going to do is it's going to leave the underglaze in those areas that you carved, but scratch it off where you do not want it. Same as when you initially carved those lines, use a dry brush to get rid of the dust as you go. In addition to using the ballpoint pen, you can also use the curved area of the needle tool to get the smaller areas. Okay, so this is step 6. You may have some little areas where it's scraped off too much underglaze. So what you can do is go back with the needle tool, carve those in, and then apply the underglaze once again. This is to just do any touch-ups where maybe the glaze got scraped off too much. You can also use an XACTO knife to scratch for these little delicate areas. Okay, so there is my finished plate. Now it needs to be bisque fired, and then we're on to the next step.